What's up, WordPress Warriors? It's Patrick Gallagher. It is Thursday, the 9th, and we're doing Kitchen Edition with snow. If you can't see, we were 70 degrees a couple of days ago, and now we have snow, so that's cool. Um, Quick one today, follow up on the video yesterday. Obviously, a little bit better lighting quality. Apologies for how quickly that was thrown together. I just didn't want to reshoot it because I thought it turned out okay, even though the video quality and the lighting and the contrast was total hot garbage. So we're going to be doing more of those once I've got a few more studio lights. I've got everything dialed in. I'll be using the light more frequently. But I want to do a quick follow-up. So for those of you that haven't read this post yet inside of the Self-Managed WordPress group, I think this is a really good piece of content around what it is that we're talking about yesterday and today, all about value judgments and how it is that you shift your mindset in order to be able to get paid what you're worth. So the point that I made yesterday and the point of this video today is not going to be to somehow create pipeline and drive deal flow for you right now. That's not really what you should be focused on, because no one is really thinking about being sold to right now. But that doesn't mean that you can't message them and you can't be interacting with them and providing value. And so one of the things that I heard today, which I think is really good, is serve, don't sell. Okay, try and do everything that you can to provide value, provide leadership, provide useful insights and actionable intelligence, but don't try right hooks right now. This is jab, jab, jab time, okay? So this post, again, it basically breaks down everything that I was doing in the last couple years of my consulting business, my marketing technology consulting business, everything that I did wrong for many years that culminated in me getting it right for a few years, and basically raising my prices again and again and again and actually getting better conversions. And so worth going through and reading that. But the short version, Cliff's Notes of that, is that really it all comes down to you and them. Okay, you have to adjust your mindset to know that you're worth more, and you have to be able to deliver a proposal. You have to be able to deliver a quote and keep a straight face and know that you're worth it. Know that whatever they're going to pay you is a serious discount on the value, on the money, on the upside that you're going to create for them. So you have to be able to change that mindset for yourself, but then you have to radically shift who it is that you're going to be looking for, okay? And right now, because we all have to just basically go into defense mode and hunker down for a little while, it gives you that opportunity to start thinking about who are the types of businesses that I want to work with, who are the customers that they fall on the wrong end of the 80-20 spectrum, and who are the customers that are my right 80-20, so that when you are ready to get back out there, when you are ready to start right hooks instead of jabs, who are the people that you're going to be interacting with. And the thing is that right now there are people whose businesses are doing really well, and not only are they doing really well, but they need things, they need possibly the services that you're offering, and they do not have price sensitivity. Okay, one of the things that I think is the best thing that you can do in any aspect, in any business, whether you walk dogs, you do SEO, you build websites, you do consulting, you do IT work, it doesn't matter. If you make a mindset shift to decide that you're worth more money, and you make a mindset shift to decide that you are only going to work with people who pay premium prices, the whole world gets a whole lot easier, okay? Because at the end of the day, when you look at everything that's going on right now, the people who are last and least affected by any economic downturn, regardless of whether it's a global viral pandemic, or it's the housing bubble, or you name it, the people who are last and least affected by these things are people who are affluent and people who make a lot of money, charge a lot of money for what it is that they do, and pay premium prices for almost all aspects of their life. Okay, if those people are your customers, then you're going to be a lot less impacted by this kind of downturn. Okay, and so what I think is worthwhile, we did a video last week where I talked about making your 80-20. Okay, take the 80-20, the good 20, and narrow down again. Do the 80-20 of the 80-20 and try and identify the 4% or even the 1% of all of the customers that you've ever interfaced with, the absolute very best ones that drove the highest, easiest margin, and start to recognize what it was that was unique about that person, and see if you can figure out, are there other people in your sphere of influence and maybe in their sphere of influence, people like that you can start providing value for, that you can start serving for now, so that maybe you can sell them later. Okay, and so read through this post. What I'd like you to do is not only just feel free to give me your feedback. Tell me you love these. Tell me you hate these. I don't, I care, but give me specific feedback. Tell me some examples of things that you are dealing with right now. Tell me about ideas or campaigns that you have right now that you're thinking about running, and what it is that you want to know, either strategically or tactically, that can hopefully help get you unstuck. Okay, so I don't just want to keep putting out random messages that I think are useful without also being able to provide at least a little bit of context for one person every single time I do a video. Okay, so if you are comfortable with it, submit your questions, and then I will be giving, I'll select one at random, or one that makes the most sense, and I'll specifically answer your question. I might even have you jump on a Zoom call with me or Facebook Live, something like that. So, few things. The book today, the business book today, is Trillion Dollar Coach. The leadership playbook of Silicon Valley's Bill Campbell. This is a guy that I had no idea existed. And it's a really good book. Okay, at the end of the day, it's about basically a failed football coach who turned out to be one of the most successful and impactful strategic leadership coaches in history. Okay, he worked with Apple, he worked with Google, he worked with the biggest companies that you've heard of, and he was sort of a silent behind the scenes, not necessarily a board member. He was on the board of certain companies, and he was the CEO of Intuit, I believe, for a while. And yeah, he had definite. I don't remember if it was exactly that, but he had strong ties to Intuit, and just a really interesting story about a pretty cool guy that I wish I had met. Tragically, he's no longer alive, and he was the kind of guy that he never would have been okay with this book being written about him while he was alive. Super humble, super behind the scenes, always propping other people up to take the wins, no matter whether he single-handedly delivered the result or not. And so I think right now, most people need leadership. They either need to be leading or they need leadership. And so if you're someone who wants to lean in to this situation, I think that you could definitely find worse books on leadership than this one. Definitely worth checking out. Total non-business book. It's actually four sci-fi books. It's the Hyperion Cantos. Really, really, really good sci-fi. Probably, I don't know. I don't know if I like it more than the culture books, but really good. And they're long, and there's four of them, so plenty of reading material. As a totally unrelated aside, if you thought that there was a global shortage on toilet paper, go and try and buy either webcams, like the one that I'm using, or webcam capture cards. It's insane, okay? If you have webcams sitting around that you're not using, go ahead and sell them on eBay for 3 times what you paid for them a year ago. It's unbelievable. Okay, this camera that I'm using right now, I think I paid $60 for it. It's going for like $300 on eBay. The HD camera that I use most of the time I think I bought it for $129. It's over $400. It's absolute insanity. And so, yeah, and this stuff is just sold out on the internet. You can't get it. So, if you've been hoarding Elgato Camlink 4K capture cards, you're cashing in today. So good luck with that. Yeah, I think that's it. Appreciate your time as always. Stay safe out there, and cheers.